A good microphone and good audio can be the difference between somebody staying in your live stream and becoming a member of your community or moving on to the next stream. This also applies to YouTube videos. And so audio is one of the #1 most important things to make sure you have done well when you're trying to create any type of content on the internet. Now, there are tons of options out there for microphones, interfaces, setups. I mean, you name it. They've got a ton of different options and you can go crazy trying to figure out what you need to get started with. But you don't need to spend hundreds of dollars on microphones and audio equipment when you're first starting out in your content journey. There are tons of options out there that will give you good audio for a much cheaper price. Well, the people over at Tonor sent over their TC777 microphone, this one right here, which is kind of an all-in-one USB microphone option. They sent this over to me to check out and to review. It's not sponsored in any way other than they said, hey, would you want to take a look at our microphone? And so I looked this microphone up, and on Amazon it is literally $34.99 right now. So I got curious and I was like, yeah, send it over to me. I want to see how good this thing actually does. Would this be a good option for you in your live stream or in your content creation? So we're going to be taking a look at this. We're going to unbox it. We're going to test it out, see what it's like, and you guys will be able to determine whether this microphone is something that you should add to your equipment list. Before we unbox and review this microphone, I want to give a big thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Placeit.net. Placeit has thousands of mockups and templates for stream overlays, Twitch panels, logos, merch, YouTube end screens, animations, and so much more. Once you find the template you're looking for, you can customize colors, text, and other elements to make the perfect design creation. After that, download it and it's completely yours to use however you want with full commercial license. Instead of spending hundreds of dollars on design work, you can purchase a subscription to Placeit for only $7.08 a month with unlimited downloads. Just use my 15% off discount link in the description below. Huge thank you to Placeit.net as always for sponsoring these videos. And don't forget guys, you can save 15% on all of your graphic needs by clicking the link in the description of this video. Now, when I started streaming on Twitch, I didn't have a budget to work with. I didn't have equipment for it. In fact, the only thing I did have was a gaming laptop that I actually was using for photo editing because I was a photographer at the time. So my wife for Christmas got me a webcam and a USB microphone, and with those 3 items, I started out my streaming journey 4 years ago. So when Tonor asked me if I wanted to review this USB microphone of theirs, I thought, yes, I absolutely do. Because this microphone is actually much cheaper than the microphone my wife got me at the time. And if it sounds good, it may be a good option for you guys. So we're going to unbox it, we're going to take a look at it, and we're going to talk about whether or not this is something you should look at as a potential audio device for your stream. Now, real quick, before we unbox this, I just wanted to show you guys something that is on the side of the box here. And these are the specifications of the microphone. And so you've got your polar pattern, it's cardioid up there at the top. Sample rate is 44.1 kilohertz. Your frequency response is 100 hertz to 16 kilohertz. And then your sensitivity is negative 38 dB to plus 3 dB. And so for those of you who are, more technical about microphones and audio, there's all the information there about this mic. You can see this information also on the Amazon page that is linked down in the description of this video, and that is an affiliate link. So if you click on that link and you do decide to get this microphone, it does support this video and all the content that I'm creating. But wanted to show you guys that. Let's go ahead and unbox this now and see what it looks like. Now, when we pull the lid off of this box, one thing you'll notice is that on the top, you've got your 2-year warranty and your instruction manual. And it's a pretty thick instruction manual, but it's actually not that thick. It's just multiple languages. So just the first few pages are in English. And then each language that it has included, have the same amount of pages. So now we're going to go ahead and pull the microphone out of the box. And the first thing you'll notice is that the microphone is all put together. In fact, the pop filter, the windscreen, the shock mount, and the tripod are already assembled for you. And yes, the microphone does come with all of that. And so you have basically everything you need to get started. Now, one thing I will say, guys, when you first pull this out of the box, it does have a nice little bit of heft to it. And I think that's partly because everything's already attached to it. The microphone itself is all plastic except for the actual grill underneath the windscreen. That is metal. And even though it's plastic, the microphone does feel good and it looks pretty nice. I like the silver accent ring around the middle right above the Tonor logo. And overall, I really like the microphone. I mean, my initial thoughts are to get started, this has got everything you need, but it's really going to depend on how this thing sounds. So that's what you get in the box. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, but it comes with everything that you would need to at least get started with some better audio. Now that we have this unboxed, there's a few things that I do want to point out to you guys about this microphone before we do the test, just so you'll be aware of what you can expect with this thing. One of the first things is that this USB cord right here is attached to the microphone. And so there is no way, there's not a way to like plug in a different USB cord. You can put an extension on here, and this is already it's a pretty long USB cord. It reaches a pretty good distance, but you can't put a different USB cord on here. And if this one breaks, you're kind of out of luck. Now this is only $35, so you can't really expect to have every feature in the world, on this thing. But that is one thing to keep in mind, is that USB cord is permanently attached. Another thing that as I'm looking at this, another thing that I'm noticing is that there is nowhere to plug in any headphones. There's not a headphone jack on here, or a line out of any kind. So this microphone is going to be what it is. It's a microphone input for your computer via USB. You can monitor it through your computer, but as always, with any time you monitor a microphone through your computer or through OBS, there's going to be a slight delay, so you're going to hear what sounds like an audio echo. You may not want to monitor your audio anyway. Maybe you don't like to hear yourself in your headphones, but if you do want to do that, you can either turn it on in OBS and there'll be that slight echo, or you could get some open back headphones eventually, and that way you could just hear yourself naturally. But with the lack of an output on this, you're not going to be able to monitor what your voice sounds like as it's going into the microphone, except for through your computer, and that's going to have that slight delay. Other than that though, everything looks good on this. The tripod down here does unscrew off of the bottom of the microphone, so you'll notice that you can actually unscrew this and it will come right off of there, just like that. And so then you could put this mic on a boom arm. You can put this mic on, a mic stand of some sort, whatever you want to do. And we're actually going to do that today. I'm going to put this microphone on a boom arm, a mic boom arm. And so that way we can test it out the way we would if we were to, use this during a live stream. Now, as we get ready to do the audio test of this microphone, I want you guys to know that I'm going to be recording all of the audio from this mic directly into OBS. So I will literally be filming and recording my audio like I would be if I was live streaming or making this YouTube video, either way, directly into OBS. And I'll have some tests without any effects or anything like that on there, and then I'll have some tests with effects that are produced by OBS. So all of this stuff you can do, guys, without any extra expense except for this microphone. Everything I'm going to be doing today you can do in OBS yourself. There's no extra plugins or anything like that to get the audio that you'll be hearing today. So we're going to test this mic out, see how it sounds, and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts. This is a test of the Tonor TC 777 microphone with me sitting at my desk at a normal sitting position, and with the microphone itself sitting on the desk. So my mouth is not right in front of the microphone. I'm just sitting here testing out the audio if it was sitting in front of me on a desk. Testing. This is a test of the Tonor TC 777 microphone sitting right in front of me on the desk on its little tripod it came with noise gate and suppression turned on. And this is a test of the Tonor TC 777 microphone on a boom arm right in front of my face, with my mouth directly talking into the front of the microphone. This gives you the best, of course, vocal quality, and I keep hitting the boom arm here, so we'll see whether it picks that up. But this microphone on a boom arm with the shock mount in front of my mouth, the most ideal situation for any microphone that you're using when you're live streaming or recording some type of audio. And this is a test of the Tonor TC 777 microphone sitting right in front of my mouth on a boom arm with some compression and a noise gate in OBS turned on, so that maybe it'll cut out some of the the bumps from the mic arm here, and then also like if I was to have any noise going on in the background, that it might cut some of that out so that it was a little bit more clear and a little bit more compressed, so that it has that clean signal. So we'll see what this sounds like. Next, we're going to check the Tonor TC77 microphone with me playing an acoustic guitar in front of it to see how that sounds. And that is how the Tonor TC777 sounds with an acoustic guitar. Now, after listening back to all of those tests, I've got a few thoughts I want to share with you guys about this microphone. First of all, with this microphone being $45.99 normal price and on sale right now for $34.99 on Amazon, it is a fantastic deal. A couple of things to note are the fact that it comes with that pop filter, a windscreen, it comes with a shock mount, and a tripod. Those are 4 things you get in addition to the microphone, so technically it's a 5-piece deal for $34.99. And with the microphone sounding as good as it does for that price point, I'm highly impressed with it. First of all, on the tripod on the desk, the one that it came with, it picked up my voice pretty well. Now, obviously, with any microphone, the further away from your mouth it is, the less volume and the less clarity you're going to get out of that microphone. But the microphone had decent sensitivity to where it was able to hear me, and you could get away with playing with it sitting right in front of you on the desk, and people would still be able to hear you. Now, I will say that a tripod boom arm or some type of, mount where you can get the microphone right up to your mouth would definitely be ideal, because you could tell a huge difference in the clarity and the volume level of the microphone. Less room noise and much more of your voice. With that being said, once we got the microphone right up in front of my mouth, I loved the way that it sounded both with and without effects, but when you throw that compressor and that noise gate on in OBS, I think especially playing around with those settings, you're really going to dial this thing in to sound amazing. And I only spent a few moments setting up a real brief compressor and a noise gate. I didn't even really fine tune them that well, and so you could even tell maybe a few times where the mic might have started to cut out because my noise gate might have been too high or something, and that was with a super rough effects setup. So if you were to sit there and to dial this thing in, it could really sound great, and you can really hit that sweet spot for your voice for, when you're streaming to sound as good as you could possibly get it. The other thing that I will say that I'm a little disappointed about is the fact that it doesn't have a headphone jack where I can monitor my audio live. That's one thing I would have loved to have seen in this thing. If this thing had a headphone jack where I could hear myself live real time, then this microphone would be extraordinary. It's already a great microphone, but that would take it to another level. But those are one of those features that really you kind of expect to have on a more expensive microphone. So that's not a deal breaker for me at $34.99. The other thing that I'll say with this thing is the fact that that you have a USB cord that's already attached to it. Means you don't have to have an extra one or buy one, but you are limited, because if something happens with that USB cord, then the microphone is not going to work for you. So keep that in mind also. But again, like I said, $34.99, great price point. I thought the mic did well, and I really thought this mic shined when I was playing the acoustic guitar in front of it. The acoustic guitar in front of this mic sounded much better than I expected. I've actually played my guitar in front of multiple mics to record music and things like that, and I was very surprised by how well this microphone picked up my guitar and replicated its natural sound. I could actually hear a lot of the tone. Now, because of the way the microphone is and how sensitive it is, I also heard a lot of my fingers across the strings and things like that. But honestly, to get that real raw natural sound, and then to be able to go back in post and fine tune the equalization and compression and things like that, I was very, very happy with it. So for music, this is not a bad option either, especially starting out for $35. You could record music with this thing, you could live stream with this thing, make YouTube videos, and that was all in OBS. So think about what you could do throwing this directly into Adobe Audition or even Audacity and getting a direct input signal from this microphone. I think it would really do a great job for you. So those are my thoughts about the Tonor TC777. I like the microphone overall. A few features I wish I could see on it, like the headphone output and maybe a detachable USB cord so that you could replace it if need be. But other than that, the mic is great. You get a 5-piece set, the pop filter, windscreen, microphone, tripod, and shock mount. And of course, because the shock mount can come off of the tripod, you can throw this thing on a boom arm and have a really good setup for starting your live streaming journey. Hopefully this video about the Tonor TC777 has been helpful for you guys. If you got any questions about this microphone, feel free to leave them in the comments of this video and I'll try to answer them there. You can also find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/EagleGarrett. Swing on by. We would love to have you in our community there, and you can ask me questions all day long about this or about audio. I'm happy to talk with you about it. On top of that, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, and TikTok. So at EagleGarrett on all that stuff. Swing by. I would love to have you and see you on those platforms. platforms. And if you want to join our Discord community, we have an awesome community of over 24,000 people on Discord. It's discord.gg/flock. Jump on in there, you guys. It's a great community. Awesome people in there. And we have places to talk about gaming and streaming and audio and you name it, technology in general. I mean, it's great. So jump on over there, check that out. And guys, if you've liked this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. I would greatly appreciate it. Really appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful day. And of course, as always, rock on, peace out, God bless. And last but not least, Kaka! All right, Maddie. Bro, I literally am assassinating this guy out of the tower. I just assassinated this guy out of the tower, bro.
You're actually crazy.
Bro, somebody clip that. Somebody clip that. We swooped in like an eagle and we destroyed that man. I want to watch it back later.